And you've taken on an apprentice?
No, we're looking at it.
We're
taking on a business partner. Matthew came on board with us last year. I believe it was yourself that told me not to take an apprentice on. I think it was roughly you, or it was down your area at the If We Can challenge last year. The problem we've got with having people working for us is that there's not many turbo companies in the UK. I think there's only about 12 in total that are worth anything. You can't go at the job centre and find somebody who's turbo trained, because if you worked for a turbo company, you still work for a turbo company. It's all you know. You don't find somebody who's unemployed who used to be a turbo company. Apprentices for us it's the way to go. We've got a good young lad working with us from the Five Lamps organisation. And young lad, oil, machinery, boys' toys, dirt is just what they like. We can train a lad to do the quality that we have to put out. The lad that we've got with us now, we're still trying to build an apprenticeship programme around him, because what's out there at the moment it's useless. It's either management, manufacturing, which we don't do. We're not a manufacturer. We remanufacture, which is a separate sort of entity. But we have to set it up for him so it works. I don't want him doing a 2 or 3 year apprentice to come out of it at the end of it with nothing that's not worth anything. So we're working with the NECC at the moment to build an apprenticeship programme for him, which is manufacturing, because we will be manufacturing certain parts when we get the new lathe in, and the engineering side, because we are engineers at the end of the day. So when that's done and I'm happy with it and they're happy with it, then we'll roll that out probably mid this year. But can't do it until, because it's nothing, it's not worth anything to the lads.
So it sounds like, you know, you've got a plan, you know where you're going, you know where you want to be.
I know where I'm going to be next year. I know exactly where I'm going to be next year.
Bigger, better?
Bigger, better. We've already planned, and we're thinking about next door to us where we are now, because the lady's closing her business down. And as soon as we heard that, it was like, and Matthew just turned around, he said, I know what you're thinking. I'm like, no, not yet, it's too early. But yeah, the figures are going through my head as to whether we can afford it. We've had a word with the landlord, and it's theirs if we want it, and I'm just like, a bit too soon. And it's me just pulling the reins back on myself, really. We could do it, but it would be very tight to do it just now, especially as we just spent a fortune last month. So, no, I'm going to pull the reins in a little bit on that one.
But you can just sense that you keep doing that. You know, it might be a gradual transition rather than big step changes, but it just feels that you keep going that direction.
Potentially the business can be doing 1.5 million by the end of next year. Quite a lot of that being profit. And that's pulling me to do it quicker, which I'm trying to pull it back a little bit. It'd be nice to do it, but for myself personally, I think it's got a bit too quick. And it's the danger of it going up too quick to come down with a big fall that I don't want. So to go into it slower is better for our business. I need to keep the quality as to what it was a year and a half ago. Matthew builds turbos now. If I'm not happy with it, it doesn't go out the door. And I'm a bugger for looking over his shoulder. You know, I'm taking a back seat on that side of it, but I'll make him a cup of coffee and stand there for 5 minutes watching what he's doing and saying, that's not clean enough, that's not good enough, that's not, I'd redo that bit. And he just stands there and you want to do it yourself? Okay, fine. And I'm there with my hands again, and it's getting other people to do the same quality of what you do. That's my biggest problem, is letting other people to start do that, which is why I'm just trying to keep it moderately slowish.
And for you, Michael, what's your future?
I'll just say on about someone else doing your way. I just want to go on that because I've just taken on someone in the shop, but the next big role for me is to let someone in the way in my secret how to do my recipe, you know, and that's like, I'm going to have to do that soon, but I'm hanging on to it a little bit. I just don't want anyone to wear. That's my biggest problem. And then the quality as well. Are they going to do the same qualities that I can do, you know. I feel as though I'm going to be hanging over them all the time, but I'm just going to have to let it go at one point and let them get on with it, you know. But that's, at the moment, that's one of my biggest hurdles. The shop's okay, you know what I mean, selling the fudge and that, but actual making it is just a different matter for me, you know.
But again, it feels like there's clearly a desire to do that.
Yeah, I mean, in the next maybe 2 or 3 months, there's someone else who's going to have to come in, employ it, and so I can just get out there as well and help them make it. But it's just initially letting go and letting them get on with it, you know.
But again, these are the transitional steps.
Oh, yeah.
These are the breakthroughs.
Yeah,
that,
of course.
You know,
Yeah, I look at it as a
that,
positive way because it means my business is on the up. So yeah.
I had big problems with Matthew when I took him on board because I'd done everything from the first nut and bolt. We haven't argued like cat and dog. We've had a couple of little mishaps, but it's like marriage. You make it up or you don't. And we had a big argument. We blew up about something, but again, it's giving that responsibility of what you're doing away. You know, I've done all the blood, sweat and tears. You're coming in here now, taking it from me. And that's the biggest thing, and again, it is trust. Obviously, Chris has found out that it doesn't always work that way. But again, it releases you to do other things. Yeah, but you've got to look at that in both ways, positive and negative.
Chris, what's the future for you?
Plod on. We're expanding. We've just employed a new person. I've just interviewed for a new engineer, looking for a new salesman. So we're growing. We're doing it steadily because the business that we're in with the customer service, you don't just want to go and get loads of business and not be able to support it as well. So within Cornerstone, we're growing that gradually. We're getting bigger and bigger customers. We're getting our name out there to be known as what we say the best support company by far in the North East. The other business, meetings with regards to that, I'm going to London, I've been to Munich. That's very exciting what we're about to do, which interlinks with Cornerstone, and it'll be one of the biggest things in the north that we're doing.
Another award.
No, we might do awards for the new company, but we're doing no more for Cornerstone yet anyway. The thing with the awards, we just want to do it in the first year, because even in 20 years' time, you can still call yourself an award-winning company. And that was part of the whole marketing, the process to get the company out there. So we're definitely Cornerstone, plodding on and growing very well. The new company, meetings ongoing all the time with regards to that. Hoping to start, hopefully this year, on what we're doing. We don't want to say exactly what we're doing yet, but it's a very, very exciting thing. And then whatever else comes along in the meantime. I've got other ideas that we're looking at. So just more the same, really. It's just 7 days a week business for me. I just enjoy it. So
you've all three clearly got the bug, which is great, you know, because I think one of the things, and a nice note for me to end on before I invite some questions from the audience, is that, you know, the organisation that backs up the If We Can You campaign is the Entrepreneurs Forum. And, you know, everybody's talking about rebalancing the economy and how the economy of the North East is going to move forward. And it is going to move forward on entrepreneurs. So the more people we can infect with the bug, the better. And which is great to see so many people in the room.
As long as they don't do IT or telecoms.
One thing I would ask everybody to do is, again, mix with each other, talk to each other. There's clearly at least one connection going to come off in this room, which is great. Chance encounters, you know, most things in life happen by chance. The key is make that chance happen and share with each other, talk to each other. On the there's a If We Can You Can TV website, which has got lots of things like this on. There's a sister website called entrepreneursforum.tv, which has got loads of speeches from conference of some of the really great and good and, you know, successful entrepreneurs from the UK and beyond. It's the Entrepreneurs Forum annual conference next Thursday, so there'll be more content going on that, and there's content going on there all the time. In terms of ifwecanyoucan.co.uk, we'll strip some of the knowledge out of this evening and put that on. But we shouldn't be the only people doing that. We want everybody in the community to be sharing tips, sharing knowledge, sharing experience. That's what the website's for. It's actually not about, you know, we don't want to be involved. We don't want to be in the way of the communication and the relationships. We'll help foster them, but actually we just want them to be nurtured because they're useful for you. So there's lots that hopefully you can take out of tonight. There's lots that you can share with each other. And again, what I'd finally like to do is thank the three guys here for sharing. And if anybody wants to share anything or wants to tell us what they're doing or wants to do something similar in the future, let us know. We do also, you know, we do lots of things like this. We do lots of work with schools. There are lots of opportunities for us all to kind of stand up and shout that this is the future of the region. So again, and it's all about saying if we can, you can. Thank you.
Thank you.